Jessie Bates, Ted Karras, Dax Hill, and more from Bengals OTAs. Hi again, everyone. I'm James Erpine of AllBengals.com and Cincinnati Bengals Talk here at Paul Brown Stadium, where the Bengals just wrapped up practice number 2 of their official OTA practice. Now, quick reminder that it is voluntary, so Trey Hendrickson wasn't in attendance. Jessie Bates also not in attendance, which isn't a surprise. I don't anticipate seeing Jessie Bates during OTAs. I do think he will show up for training camp. We'll see. Obviously, contract negotiations have reached a standstill between Jessie Bates, his agent David Mulligetta, and the Cincinnati Bengals. That being said, he's 25 years old. He's set to make $12.91 million on the franchise tag, and the Bengals have until July 15th to sign him to a contract extension. So TBD on that, but ultimately, I think Bates will be here for training camp in late July, even if they don't get an extension done. Zac Taylor, and we posted this entire video of Zac Taylor. I was asked about Bates, and they're not allowing it to become a distraction, and I don't feel it. I was in the locker room now for multiple weeks in a row. You see guys interacting and stuff. It's really not an issue. I think people understand the business side of things as well as the personal side of things and the locker room side of things. So I don't think the veterans or any of these players are mad at Jessie. At the same time, they're hoping that a deal does get done. So we'll see if that happens. That being said, Jessie Bates not being here means more reps for Dax Hill, and I talked with him one-on-one. Stay tuned for that right here on Cincinnati Bengals Talk. But by the way, that's why you come here, right, for exclusive stuff. Got Dax Hill one-on-one coming your way later this week, probably on Wednesday. That being said, Dax Hill he gets to work with the ones. He gets to take that spot in the safety room, and he's also working with the twos. So it's a lot of reps, and that's something that I think he's feeling grateful for at this stage. Speaking of young players, Tyler Shelvin did not participate again today. He suffered a left wrist injury. It was wrapped up, had a small procedure done according to Zac Taylor, and is expected to be ready to go for training camp. Probably not going to participate next week in any OTAs, but he did have it wrapped, and I saw it. He had a big, not a cast. I almost said club, but had it wrapped and didn't participate in anything. So not great news, but not awful news either, because it looks like Shelvin should be good to go for the start of the season. As far as other things, other takeaways from today, I'll say this. Jamar Chase continues to look like Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow, Tyler Boyd, all of those guys. There is one thing that I've been asked a lot about, and it's Tee Higgins and his number. And so another reason why you come here to CBT. I went up to Tee Higgins, and I talked to Tee Higgins about it. And the reason that he's sticking with 85 this year is because the league was going to make him pay for all of the jerseys. Even though he made the decision last year, the season started, and so since the season had started, training camp and everything had started, he couldn't make the change without paying a pretty penny. I'll leave it at that. And so he's going to change it, but it won't be until 2023 when he wears the number 5. So 85, hang on to those jerseys because you can wear them again this year because that's the jersey T will be wearing. Speaking of attire in Bengals gear, if you're looking for anything orange and black, if you're looking for Cincinnati gear, you got to check out Rivertown Inquiry. Today's video brought to you by rivertowninquiry.com. Doug and his team do a great job. I have a bunch of Rivertown Inquiry shirts and different memorabilia. I have multiple Tiger Rocks glasses, which I know Bengals fans would love. So after you watch this video, well, stay tuned. Just open up a new tab and go rivertowninquiry.com and check out everything that they have to offer. They're open 6 days a week if you want to go in person, about 10 minutes from downtown Cincinnati in Oakley, or you can check them out online at rivertowninquiry.com. A few other takeaways. One, Zac Taylor praising Ted Karras and saying that he's going to be a coach someday. And I think that part matters. There's been a lot of discussion about this offensive line room, and rightfully so. But to me, having a guy like Ted Karras, 2-time Super Bowl champion, he's worked with Tom Brady, who's very particular, and now a guy like Burrow, who's young, but is getting more and more particular. I think that matters. I think that matters when you're talking about setting a culture and a standard for that offensive line room. And it certainly impacts the young guys that are watching them, whether it's Trey Hill, Deontay Smith, Jackson Carman, etc. So that was noteworthy. Another noteworthy thing from practice, Hayden Hurst and Joe Burrow talking during, they were doing 7-on-7s, which we're going to have highlights of that, by the way, but 7-on-7 drills. And you could tell Joe's like, oh, no, I want you to do it this way. And they were going back and forth. And those are the things, and the reason why OTAs are important. Because it's little subtle things that you can work on, little technique things, little playbook things, right? For these newcomers, for these rookies, for these veterans. And you're sharpening tools. You're getting a little bit better. And that part of it stood out to me during practice. They're not hitting, right? They did wear helmets, so that part of it, it'll feel a little bit more like football, but not all the way there yet. That's okay, though, because overall I think that it has been successful in that what we're seeing, these guys are confident, they're working hard, and excited to be here, and they're not letting the Jessie Bates contract talks that have potentially stalled based on what we know have stalled. They're not letting that get in the way. We're going to have a ton this week, so just stay tuned. Like I said, a Dax Hill one-on-one. We're going to have highlights from practice. I also have a couple other segments scheduled, so hit that subscribe button. Ring the bell. Make sure you check out allbengals.com. Also check out the Locked On Bengals podcast. For our channel coordinator, Andrew Fox Miller, I'm James Rapine, signing off for now right here at Paul Brown Stadium on Cincinnati Bengals Talk.